Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today in this video I'm just going to be talking about the cannabis industry, just the way I see things are rolling out, so stay tuned. I'm also going to be talking about commodities, silver and gold, and I might touch on nickel and copper briefly. I also want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment, information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about. Buy or sell after you did research, due diligence, and you like the investments you are pursuing. So yeah, I'm just done work. I'm going into town. So let's get into cannabis stocks. Okay, the companies that I think I've been talking about recently that I really think that their fundamentals are solid. You know, Valence Growworks, they're going to be reporting pretty soon. I think they should have a pretty good, I think they should probably do about anywhere from $1 to $4 million in net income. Probably EBITDA like $2 to $5 million, I'm thinking, for the quarter. So that'll be a good job for them, you know, $16-17 million on and doing net income. That's what I think is gonna happen. Labs, they got some deals with what was it, like Andronics or something, pharma in Germany. So that's connected with 20,000 pharmacies. Now I think that what I think and what I would really like to see is, because I think those two players are gonna be slam dunk killers in the industry as far as making revenues and making just profits, right? For Canadian companies, absolutely. So where they're heading is most likely to be connected with the pharma industry. I mean, you're looking at them have a medical deal with in Germany, and then you're looking at Valence Growworks got a deal with Shoppers Drug Mart. This is just the beginning stages, right? I mean, they could grow a lot bigger and have a big deal with, say, like Bayer or what was like Novartis. I'm talking about a big deal. I'm talking about a deal where they're producing $250 million a year in types of CBD oil connected with CBN oil, whatever type of concoctions, and turn it into gel capsules as well. All these kind of things that when it's mainstream, and that they're going to be using it as a pharmacy. Because, okay, the way the industry is rolling out is basically GW Pharma's starting to kill it, right? They did 72 million in USD last quarter, right? So in the future, probably not 2020, but probably 2021 or 2022, they're gonna eventually do $1 billion in revenue per year. Okay, so that's a big freaking number, right? For a pharmacy company in cannabis, hell yeah, that's huge, right? That's putting it on the big map as far as the industry going, as far as pharmacy, because people think, oh, it's just it's just for recreational. No, it's not just for recreational. Eventually it's going to be big for medicinal. Obviously you got the medical patients in Canada, but there's a lot of you know, stigma that's oh, these people are just getting stoned, right? So, but it is good for people. There's no real, you know, it just hasn't been proven enough, but it is being used in with their Epidiolex, and that's very a proven exposure for the cannabis industry. So I think that those two players at these prices, I mean, I think you'd probably, if you're thinking long term that you want to be in this game for long term, I don't think you can go too wrong with those names. Could they go a lot lower? Yeah, they could. Labs, actually looking at the charts, actually looks as though it's setting up to go to the 5s and then higher. But VGW, I didn't look at the chart, but I'm just talking fundamentals, right? Because, you know, when things start rolling out and they're dynamic and they're unstoppable, and they're making $100 million a quarter, and they're making net income of say $25-40 million in net income, and then they end up inking deals with Novartis or Bayer or Johnson & Johnson, all the big freaking players who are in the pharma industry, then that's gonna make heads roll. Yeah, so that's just my opinion on things. Now, TRUL, Kim Rivers, she just invested about $250,000 in US funds into TRUL. So she's insider buying, she reported. That's awesome. I think TRUL has the best fundamentals in the industry right now. Absolutely. I've looked at it from so many different aspects as far as PE, PS, even their cash income, just their cash flow is coming in from the business. They're also working in different states they're trying to get into, that they're kind of working around. They're not just a Florida player. They're set to be a big player. Now the big number is that some analysts reporting saying $380 million to $400 million and $150 million EBITDA for 2020. I think they will hit those numbers. I do think so. So on 150 million EBITDA, then they're working at about a 6 to 7 times EBITDA for 2020. That's what their market cap is. And then you're talking about based off their last quarter, like 80, they're working at around a 10 PE ratio. So I mean, it's just amazing, and I just think that their fundamentals are super solid. So if you compare it with say CURA, right? They're about $4 or $5 billion, right? They're set to do about $1 to $1.2 billion and do about 350 million EBITDA. Okay, so based off their market cap, that's about a 10 to 13 times EBITDA for 2020, and they're not profitable yet, right? So when are they going to be profitable? So TRUL is already profitable. I mean, CURA's a lot bigger player, but if you look at the fundamentals as far as the safer bet, I think TRUL is a safer bet. Now, if CURA does start being profitable and say they're doing 50 million net income on say like 250 million quarters, then yeah, they're gonna start showing up, and people are, the price is gonna go a lot higher. I do actually think CURA is gonna go a lot higher. I can't remember the name. I got a lot of new commenters. I'm sorry if I don't remember, but they asked me about CURA, and I'm talking about CURA for a little second. But Harvest is talking about 900 million, and I think they're talking about 300 million EBITDA, or 250 million EBITDA, somewhere around that range, and they're around $2 billion. So I think Harvest offers a good attractive valuation as well. So yeah, those are kind of the companies I'm going to talk about in the cannabis space. Now I'm going to pivot to silver and gold. Coral Blue, she wanted me to talk about if there were some other players that were cheaper than Wheaton Precious Metals, and I said yeah, there is Fortuna Silver. So I am looking at it. It's only a silver company, right? So the thing I like about Wheaton Precious Metals is it touches palladium and gold, so it's very broad, right? So because silver, it does like to get pushed down. The market just likes to keep it down. Eventually, one of these days, it's gonna erupt, but I don't know when. I think I actually sold my call option on Wheaton Precious Metals for not that great of a gain. It was probably about it was a 17% gain, and so I made about $40. Not great after commissions, but I think if I would kept it right now, I'd probably be in the red or just even, and then I'd be minus like $20 with the commission. So I just wanted to sell my position because silver and gold was coming down. So I thought, yeah. So I am looking to re-enter, and I may choose getting Fortuna Silver calls Probably that would be a $5 strike. I think in Canadian funds, I think that's what I'm looking at, and that's probably what I might do. Probably out till December or January. I'll see what they're priced at, and then I might do that. The gold, you know, it's kind of trading around that. You know, things are. I need to see it start getting bullish before I want to re-enter, right? It may even happen today. I got to go to sleep in a couple hours, but I am going to be looking at that market, so I may make a trade. Now, what else? So nickel's kind of been trading around 17,300 in Britain funds, so it's it did go to about 18,700, so it's kind of coming down. I got my GGI calls, not calls, but I have a position with them, and that's just based on the price of nickel going up. I think eventually it will go a lot higher. I think the base metals are very low. David Modell agrees with me. He thinks the base metals are very low, and I agree with him entirely. I think they're very low. I think copper is very low. It's around like 2.6 USD, very low. So, you know, I got my SRHI warrants good till 2022. That's for it's like 1 to 20 per share, and that's based on it going to like 11 to like 666, I think, or maybe it was 1166. I can't remember the exact strike price. It might have, no, it was 6660. That's what it needs to hit, and for the strike price. So when copper does start erupting, then eventually that should work out good. But you know, for now, I got time on my side, and I'll just wait it out. I got a pretty decent warrant position in there, about 300,000 warrants, which is equals, because you got to divide it by 20, it equals 15,000 warrants on a straight 1-for-1 share at 660. So yeah, if SRHI starts going to $10, that will give me some very handsome rewards. That's pretty much what I want to talk about. I don't want to make this too much longer. Thanks for watching. Keep compounding your info, listening to my lingo, and I want to say hello to all my viewers. I've been a little busy, and I'll keep updating you when I get time. And thanks for watching again, and shaka and peace. I'm out. You guys take care, and good luck in the market, and just don't rush into things. Take your time and do your research. Bye.